Hey there, welcome to day 356 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Today we are talking about and applying the RAPLIG process to the life framework area of communication. We covered it in October as part of this year's annual challenge. So the first step of the RAPLIG process is to go back and review October, review the topics, the things that we talked about, and the information that you garnered and the notes that you put in your handy dandy journal for this year's annual challenge. I don't know about you. I recommend it day one of every challenge now, at least for the last couple of years. You got to have a place to document what you're doing in the challenge, because although we just do a small thing every day, we're doing 365 different things this year, all to create and help you grow. This year is all about growth and become the best possible version of yourself, or start on the pathway of becoming the best possible version of ourselves. I feel like we're never really done. We're always a work in progress. We can always improve and grow and get better and become a better version of ourselves. But we have to decide we're going to do that and start doing something to make that happen in our life, right? Just like any other goal or objective or thing that we want to achieve. So today in communication, we're going to go back. We're going to review October. Then we're going to audit everything. We're going to audit everything with respect to communication and think about, and by audit, on a personal level, this isn't a huge endeavor, but think about your communication. What's working, what's not working, what you want to improve, what is something that you'll carry with you into next year, something that you learned this year in October as part of the challenge. If we just take the SOAP framework with us from this year's challenge, if that's the only thing you take and garner of this entire year of growing, and you use that going forward in your life, that one thing alone can be an absolute life changer for you, a game changer for you. It has been for me. So we're going to audit. We're going to look at our progress. P in the RAPLIG process stands for progress. How are we doing? Where are we? Now, it's only been a couple of months, right? For communication area and aspect of our life. Other areas we've been working on for months. Communication, just a couple of months. Now, if you're like me, you're working on it all the time, but specifically communication as part of this year's challenge, it was just October. So a lot of that might even still be fresh in your mind, or chances are you still are doing the things that you committed to yourself to doing. So we're going to monitor and check out our progress. And we're going to say, what are my lessons learned? Maybe you set a goal or an objective that sounded awesome at the time, but you realize after asking yourself, maybe the 7 whys exercise, that it is not the thing you want to start with. So you want to revamp and go back and do something different instead. That happens to me on a regular basis, because new things come up as part of the work and part of the doing something every day, as part of my gratitude journal, as part of my reflecting on what's working, what's not working. Then we are going to think about how does communication interact with all the different areas and aspects, excuse me, of the life framework, or of anything else that might be relevant. Relations, we've covered this. We just covered it a couple months ago, so you can go back and review your notes on that. What did you think the most important interactions were and ahas were from that? And then finally, what is your goal for communication growth next year? Set one goal, 1 to 3 max. Okay, I say this every time. This is our 9th area of the life framework that we're talking about today. So if you've set 3 goals in each area, you're gonna have 27 goals that you're working on next year. That might be awesome and work for you. For me, 27 is too many. If I have more than like a handful, I can have a handful of main ones and then little ancillary ones. But if I have more than a handful of things that I'm really concentrating on and focusing on, I've learned that is my actual personal limit. We each have a different personal limit and capacity. Maybe 27, maybe 50 goals for you works just fine, because you break things down that way and you like to chip things off along the way. You have to figure out and do what works for you. But for sure, pick one communication growth goal for next year. What's one area of communication that you commit to yourself now, you're setting a goal for, and you're going to achieve next year? Maybe it's you're going to sign up for a speaker program or a Toastmaster group, or a group online where you practice speaking for one another. Nowadays, you can do live videos. We can even set something like that up if people are interested, that we could do a monthly get together where different people speak and practice their skills in the area of communication. Think about that. Let me know if that's of interest to you. That is all I've got to say. again, I set up my sheet. Haven't done this one yet today for myself, but I set it up like the RAPLIG. So I consider and write a couple of things down about each of the steps of the RAPLIG process. And then I really go deep into the interactions and the impact of communications on the different areas and aspects of my life. Why? Because I know that these are the drivers of my motivation for continuing to improve and grow in the area of communication or in any other area of the life framework. That's why I do that. Again, that might not work for you. Always pick and choose and apply the tools in a way that works for you. Everybody out there, there are literally millions of different possibilities and ways to be successful in any area or aspect of our life. There's frameworks and tools up the yin yang. And what we have to do is pick one, start to implement it, tweak it and test it and figure out what does and doesn't work for us. And I don't mean, oh, this doesn't work for me because it makes me feel uncomfortable and I don't want to stretch outside my comfort zone to actually apply this step of someone else's process. It means test and tweak and try it and then make the whole process your own. And then you'll come up with ways of changing it and creating your whole own process and processes that work for you, systems and things that work for you. All right. Any questions? What do you do? Of course, you ask me, and I will help in any way I possibly can. Go out, make it an amazing day. Christmas is right around the corner, so everybody's getting ready for holiday prep. Me, way behind, but I'll catch up. If I can help you, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.